about it getting louder. Yeah, it's definitely it's nice and clear. It's got some pretty strong mid-range authority presence in there. It sounds good. It's not as deep as you normally sound, as far as low frequencies, but yeah, you could cut through the hash and trash with that chain all day long. Now this is a new chain I just put together last night. Haven't really had a chance to get any radio checks on it or anything, but overall balance there. Anything you hear that doesn't sound right, and what do you think?
Nope, it sounds really, really good. I like it. Let's see here. Let me just type something here. Okay. Yeah, let me play that back. I'll let you hear what it sounds like now that we're on a clearer channel without all that competitive stuff up in there. Check it out. Here it goes. Oh, come on.
About it getting louder. Yeah, it's definitely loud. It's nice and clear. It's got some pretty strong mid-range authority presence in there. It sounds good. It's not as deep as you normally sound, as far as low frequencies, but yeah, you could cut through the hash and trash with that chain all day long. Now this is a new chain I just put together last night. Haven't really had a chance to get any radio checks on it or anything, but overall balance there. Anything you hear that doesn't sound right, and what do you think?
Nope, it sounds really, really good. I like it. There you go. And there's what I heard right there, right now. Bobby Boucher. It sounds good. Breaker.
Yeah, 10-4. Okay, yeah, I'll watch the video gate. I'm over here next to these wires, man. There's so much interference, with the electrical high voltage lines and stuff. It's always bad over here. So I was getting most of it, but there was a lot of static in between when I was talking. I don't know if it's because I'm not making that trip very, very good, And for some reason, I have a hard time getting up there on the hill, up there on your hill, up there from down here. So yeah, I mean, yeah, overall it sounded okay on the playback. It seemed like it was a little bit mid-rangey. I don't know, it sounded like it might. I don't know if it needs more bottom end or if I need to pull out some of the top end or something like that.
No, I don't think you have to make any changes at all, in my mind. And I just switched headphones. And I know you're not hearing a lot of bass, but man, I put these different headphones on, and there's some rumble in the jungle. So I know, I don't know what's going on here, whether the headphones are changing it up or what. And by the way, 460 in Odessa, Texas. Can you hear Bobby Boucher?
No, I don't hear him. I barely got a copy on you. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Hello, Motor Mouth Mall 460.
Roger, yeah, I barely hear you. You're in there, but not real strong. And you said you could not copy Bobby. So, okay. Interesting. Yeah, these headphones here definitely sound different. And I don't know which I like better. I kind of think I like these better. But yeah, what a trip. Well, I wish I could hear a little bit more of what was going on in your receiver there, Bobby, but I wish I could tap into your receiver, but I don't know how to do that.
No, I just dropped off. I changed direction, so I'm sure I dropped off a bit. But no, your audio, I mean, like I was saying, it doesn't have as deep a bass as sometimes we run, but I personally like it. It's got really good, strong mid-range presence. It's definitely louder. It's clean, it's clear. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything on that particular one, or at least save that one as it is if you do go in there to make changes. And as far as loudness, that chain right there would be a good template for measuring your loudness, doing A/B comparisons from one chain to the other. because that's really loud. But it's not overly loud. You know, sometimes it can get so loud that it sounds too mid-rangey, but that's not the case. I like it. I think I would definitely use that as a template if you're going to make any changes, so that you can kind of use your ears to hear the difference as far as perceived loudness on the next one.
Roger. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. So presence and loudness and balance is all pretty good, and not as much of the deep bass as usual. But I believe that there's a trade-off. You know, if I was to try to get more bass up in there, I'd have to sacrifice some of the mid-range. And in turn, I would sacrifice some of the loudness. You can't have everything, you know, it's all a trade-off. 460 Odessa is standing by listening. I hope his conditions get a little bit better. I do have one place where I want to bump the bottom end here and see what this does. So I'm going to change it from a negative 24 up to whatever the max is and see if that has any effect whatsoever. And in the headphones, I didn't hear much. So I don't think there was a big effect there. I'm going to run it back down where it was. That range doesn't have much of an effect. Now it's all the way back down. Motor mouth mall right there right now. Break.
No, I couldn't hear any difference, John. It sounded exactly the same. But yeah, you're right. You know, if you want heavy bass, you're going to give up loudness and you're going to give up presence. And you're right, it's a compromise. And that's a very fine line too. You know, and it doesn't, you know, you're going to be a little louder or a little bassier or a little more presence in different receivers. You know, different people are listening in on different speakers. Everybody has different levels of hearing. Some people can hear higher frequencies better than others. You know, I mean, it's so close. I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't have enough bass. You got plenty of bass in there, and it's got, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of commercial FM broadcast. It's got that balance. It's got the depth and the rumble and the bass in there, but you also have the presence. So I like it. I personally prefer that. I don't prefer the real heavy bassy audio because you do lose presence and you do lose loudness. You have the perfect compromise, you know, from what I'm hearing.
Roger. All right. Hey, 460 says he's starting to hear us a little bit better. He's starting to hear you up in there. I got one other place I can make a light change. I'm going to go from a 5.0 and I'm going to roll it up here until I hear the headphones. Hello, check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm hearing that right there. A little bit more bass. I don't know if that made a difference or what that did on your end. Bobby Boucher, Motor Mouth Mall, right there, right now.
Yep, that did make a difference, and I like it better. It added that nice little bottom end, added a little more weight in there, and it actually gave it a little more deeper presence in there. So yeah, you went the right direction with that. That sounds really good.
10-4, all right, good deal. Yeah, sounds good in the headphones. And there's one other place I want to make a change. Sounds just a tiny touch too much bass. That's what 460 said, just a little too much bass. Maybe I'll bring it down part way from between where it was and where it is. I'll come down here to like that right there and see what that does. That's like halfway in the middle of the two. Motor Mouth Mall right there right now. And then this one thing that's at negative 24, I'm going to bump it up a little bit more here just to see what happens if I change that up there a little bit more like that right there. Motor Mouth Mall, stepping it got down.
Yeah, 10-4. Now, you know, I mean, in my receipt, and I've got a pretty good speaker right here, so I couldn't hear really any difference between what you just did right there and that last bit of that last transmission when you turned the bass up. To me, they sounded the same. Yeah, I don't know what that guy out there in Texas is hearing. Could be conditions, too, kind of fluctuating on his end.
Roger, could have to do with signal strength. That guy in Texas is 460 over there in West Odessa, Texas. I think he talked to you over there in Kingman the other day. And anyway, yeah, that's, well, I got it halfway in between the full bass and less bass on that particular control. And I'll leave it there for a little bit and see what you think. And, yeah, I bypassed, I have some MV2s in line. They're the Wave plug-in bundle MV2s. I've got two of them in line that I have currently bypassed. I believe both of them are bypassed. And I can turn one of them on, and I believe it's going to hamper my signal right there. There's one of them. Did that make any difference over there on your end? Motor Mouth Mall right there, break.
Maybe a little bit. If there was a change, it was very, very subtle. I can't really say that I heard a whole lot of difference there.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll go ahead and turn it off here on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And now it's off. Hello, test. 1, 2, 3. And there's another one of the same plugins farther up the chain right here. Let me turn it on right about now. Let's see what that does. All right. And there's on that one. John, you say it sounds stronger with it off on the other one. Now I'm on the other one. I got this one turned on. Now I'm going to turn it off right here. Now it's off. Breaker.
When you had that on, it was starting to get loaded up. That bottom end distortion, like the bottom end was bottoming out. It was too much. So yeah, it sounds better with it off.
All right. Okay. Stronger off, and that was a general consensus by both 460 in Odessa, Texas. You and another gentleman out there also that it sounded better with it off. So I'll leave it off. All right. Good deal. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I think I don't know if I want to change too awful much more over here. I'm kind of happy with the results at this point. And the only other thing I would question would be the amount of reverb. If I have too much reverb, or could it use a little bit more reverb? I'm at negative 17.5 on the reverb right now.
You definitely can't put any more in there. I mean, you're at the very limit of the amount of reverb you can run. I like the amount of reverb you had in there. If you were going to go any direction, I would go down maybe 2% at most, because then you'd start to lose it. But I think the reverb sounds good where it's at. But that's to taste. That's always going to be subjective. You definitely don't have too much, but I absolutely wouldn't go any more. And speaking of reverb, how's the reverb in this audio sound?
I like it. It sounds good. And 460, I heard you calling up there. I think your conditions might be rolling up here pretty good. And let me play that back real fast here. Where is the beginning? Oh man, hang on. All right, here we go. I'll play that back. 17.5 on the reverb right now.
You definitely can't put any more in there. I mean, you're at the very limit of the amount of reverb you can run. I like the amount of reverb you had in there. If you were going to go any direction, I would go down maybe 2% at most, because then you'd start to lose it. But I think the reverb sounds good where it's at. But that's to taste. That's always going to be subjective. You definitely don't have too much, but I absolutely wouldn't go any more.
All right, there you go. And 460, I hear you up in there too. 460, Odessa, Texas, Motor Mouth Mall, waving break.
Hello, Motor Mouth Mall. Yeah, you sound good out here. I wanted to see if I could get up in your receive, but I don't know if Bobby can hear me. He's probably going to key up on me. But anyway, Motor Mouth Mall sounding good out this way, 460 West Texas.
Roger. No, Bobby did not key, and I don't know if he can hear you or not. We'll find out this next time around. By the way, I'm going to play that back. You're making it up in here real good. Break.
Hello, Motor Mouth Mall. Yeah, you sound good out here. I wanted to see if I could get up in your receive, but I don't know if Bobby can hear me. He's probably going to key up on me. But anyway, Motor Mountain Mall sounding good out this way, 460 West Texas.
Odasis. Bobby, did you hear 460?
I wasn't able to hear him when he was transmitting live, but I heard the playback. Yeah, he sounds really good.
460, did you hear Bobby?
I can hear him every now and then, but it's in and out real bad. It's going in and out from YouTube now, so I don't know. Might be losing a little bit of conditions there.
10-4, okay, well, shoot, man, I guess Mother Nature have to get up in here a little bit better, but you both sound really good. Here's a playback here. I don't know if this is gonna, now, this will, let's see what this does here. 460, hang on.
I can hear him every now and then, but it's in and out real bad. It's going in and out from YouTube now, so I don't know. Might be losing a little bit of conditions there.
Yeah, conditions are dipping and dabbing a little bit. They're breaking.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it's probably so much that you can't tell the difference. It sounded like I had a little bit too much eyes.
Easily, but it sounded a little bit
make it
a little bit flat.
But anyway,
so I made a little bit of a change here. I don't think
I know
made much.
you don't get to get up in there very often, will you? So
Do you hear anything?
I'll stand by and listen, and if conditions get a little better, maybe I could get in there and holler at Bobby there.
All right, sounds good. Bobby, you said you made a change. Something sounded flat. Let me play this. Oh, I got a phone call. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. By the way, there, Bobby Boucher and 460 Log Trucker heard you real good up there on the northwest corner. And Bobby Boucher, Log Trucker, definitely says hello and hope you're having a good day out there, mobile safely. And by the way, here's a playback. I got you both up in there. It was rough and tough. I know you wanted to make a change of some sort there, and I don't know if you'll hear it, but 460 and Bobby Boucher, this is both of you at the same time almost.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it's probably so much that you can't tell the difference. It sounded like I had a little bit too much eyes.
Easily, but it sounded a little bit
make it a game. But anyway,
so I made a little bit of a change here. I don't think made much.
you don't get to get up in there very often, will you? So
Do you hear anything?
I'll stand by and listen, and if conditions get a little better, maybe I can get in there and holler at Bobby there.
All right, there you go. That was the playback. And hello, 430 running around Topeka, Kansas. And so, yeah, I don't know if you heard what you wanted to hear out of that there, Bobby. And 460, I know you certainly were making the trip in here real good. Motor Mouth Mall right there, right now. I got it down. Break.
Yeah, is 460 in there?
Not right now.
Okay. Yeah, I made a little change in there. Yeah, the playback, it was a little bit rough. He was in there pretty good. Yeah, my audio, it sounds, I don't know, it sounds mid-rangey, a little flat. I need to get more of a dynamic sound going. I think it sounds like I got too much processing going on somewhere in there. I need to open it up. You know what I'm saying? It sounds, I wouldn't say it sounds real tight, but it's definitely got a tighter sound than I'd like. It's got no real dynamics in there. You know, it's a little bit flat. So yeah, I need to work on that.
I hear what you're going for. I hear what you kind of want. I'm not sure how to do that, how to accomplish that, but let me play it back here so you can hear what you got right now.
Okay. Yeah, I made a little change in there. Yeah, the playback, it was a little bit rough. It was in there pretty good. Yeah, my audio, it sounds, I don't know, it sounds mid-rangey, a little flat. I need to get more of a dynamic sound going. I think it sounds like I got too much processing going on somewhere.
I don't know how much of it is a lack of dynamics or a possible hole in bottom end somewhere. I'm missing a void in the bottom end or the mid bass. I'm not sure. And then maybe it could use just a tad bit more reverb to give it that sense of openness. But I don't know if it's a matter of too much compression or processing. I think it just might be a matter of a hole and a little bit of different reverb or a different amount of reverb. Not sure though. 460, what did you think to break?
I think he needs a touch more bass and a little bit on the higher end of the mid-range, but I think he definitely needs a touch more bass.
Now, when you say a touch more bass, do you mean a touch more bass in the mid-bass or deep bass? Because my ears are saying it needs a little bit more bass in the mid-bass. But this is what I heard you say here.
I think he needs a touch more bass and a little bit on the higher end of the mid-range, but I think he definitely needs a touch more bass.
It's got no real dynamics in there. You know, it's a little bit flat. So yeah, I need to work on that.
It's something to do with the distribution of the bass.
A little bit on the higher end of the mid-range.
There's a clarity, touch more bass. Do you mean a touch more bass?
On the higher end of
dynamics in there. You know, it's a little bit flat. So yeah, I need to.
There's a sound there. And maybe it does need some more lower bass. I don't know. What did you hear there, Bobby?
Yeah, I agree with you. I had a cut at 380 hertz or 383 hertz, and I took that out just now. I don't know how much of a difference that makes up there. You know, I don't know if 460 can hear me or not. But yeah, I definitely I took that cut out, so I turned that little dip out, and so it filled in that. It might have possibly filled in that little hole right there. And as far as, you know, I'm also running a little limiter on this, and I don't know if that. Let me turn this limiter off. Okay, now just turn that limiter off. Sometimes it's not really hitting it. I mean, it's just touching it every once in a while, but I turned it off. I really don't need that in there. But what did that do right there?
I'm liking that better. I'd like a little bit more reverb and a little bit more bottom end, deep bottom, like in the 80 hertz range. But here, check this out.
I just turned that limiter off. Sometimes it's not really hitting it. I mean, it's just touching it every once in a while, but I turned it off. I really don't need that in there. But what did that do right there?
The hole in the mid bass went away. I like that better. So a step in the right direction. I think it needs a little bit more deep bottom and a tad bit more verb. That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Okay, so I added just a tiny bit in the bottom and a little bit more reverb in there. Yeah, it definitely sounds like I got to get a little more deeper bottom end in there. The adjustment I just made was pretty small. It wasn't really a whole lot in there, but I can definitely go in there and take out, well, let's see, we got 153 hertz. Let me take some of that, put some of that back in. Hold on a second. Okay, now we put a little bit more of that in there. The cut's still there because I got to have that, man. It's a little bit too much, but I don't know. Are we starting to get a little bit closer?
A little bit. Can you do, just for fun, can you grab a parametric EQ and make it a fairly high Q, and then sweep it from, say, 50 hertz to 80 or so, and sweep it back and forth with maybe a boost of about 3 to 6 dB. I just want to see a pronounced, obvious, instead of creeping up on it 1 dB at a time, I kind of sort of want to sweep across and find an area where it really works with your voice. So sweep a peak on a parametric somewhere along the bottom end, and see what you got going on there, Break.
Okay. Well, we got a 6 dB with a Q of 4.2, and right now we're at 35 hertz, and I'm going to go up, and we're going up, and we're at 40 hertz right there. Let's see, now we're at 46 hertz, audio 1, 2, radio, audio, and now we're going up to 50 hertz, audio test, radio 1, 2, audio, radio. And now we're going up to 60 hertz. We're at 60 hertz right there. Audio 1, 2, radio, audio. And we'll stop right there. What do you think?
You haven't quite hit it yet. I think it needs to go up higher. Now, are you doing the EQ on the output of your chain or the input of your chain?
I'm doing it at the last equalizer in the chain.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Keep going up. You haven't hit the peak point yet.
Okay. So we're still at 60 hertz right there. Now we're at 70. Audio 1, 2. Radio, audio, and we're going to keep going up. And now we're at 80 hertz right there. Actually, that's 82 hertz. Radio 1, 2. Radio, audio. Did you hear any difference in there?
It's starting to get there now. For some reason, that the 60 dB boost you're sweeping across the range, it's not making a huge difference. I don't know why I'm not hearing a big difference. But I think you might be getting closer. Maybe it's higher than 80, but it's starting to sound better at the higher range than it was at the lower range.
All right, let me go back to this other EQ where I had that cut. I'm cutting 153 hertz. Let's turn that off. Okay, now that's completely turned off right there. Audio 1, 2, radio, audio. I don't know if that make any difference right there with that totally turned off right there.
Yep, that made a difference. Now sweep that range with that peak, let's say 6 dB. And I want to hear this. It's going to go. It's going to get pronounced. I want to hear the really exaggerated, pronounced bottom end to know where that peak frequency is. So break.
Okay, so we're still at 80 hertz, and now I'm going to go up to. Now we're at 93 hertz. Audio 1, 2. Radio, audio 1, 2. Audio, and now I'm going to go back down a little lower. And now we're back down to 72 hertz with a 6 dB boost down there. Audio 1, 2, radio. Now we're dropping it down just a little bit lower. Now we're at 62 hertz. Audio 1, 2, radio, audio.
Wow, well, I think I heard a little bit of that booming peak frequency somewhere around close to 90, but maybe 6 dB isn't enough. Maybe you need some more up in there than 6 dB. Is there something after the EQ in the chain? You said it's the last EQ in the chain, but is it the last device in the chain? It sounds like there's something after the EQ getting hit harder when you turn the EQ up.
Oh yeah, of course. I got my brick wall limiter in there. The maximizer. The maximizer is my last chain or plug-in in this chain, and this equalizer is just right behind it. So this equalizer is the second to the last plug-in, and I went up to 8 dB at 62 hertz. What do you think?
Okay, all right. The maximizer is limiting it down just for this test, if it's possible, just for fun. If you can, if you can put if you can put another parametric after the maximizer to make the parametric the last thing in the chain. I know that's not the brick wall limiter and the last, but I need to hear the difference. And to make it more pronounced, if you could just add a parametric after that, sweep that range again to break.
Okay, yeah, I can do that, but yeah, hold on a second. The only issue with that is it's going to get, this last EQ is going to clip really bad. Hold on, let me find this real quick.
You can get the gain staging right. Don't let it clip. Don't either turn the output of that maximizer down or turn the input of the new parametric down. Yeah, you don't want it to clip. Oops, that would be bad.
Yeah, and it's clipping right now. The only problem is I can turn the volume down, of course, and bring that way down so it's not clipping, but then you lose all the loudness, and that's where it's at. So I definitely came down in volume, I'm sure. Let me see. Audio. Okay, we're at 240 hertz. Let me pull this down. Okay, so now we're down to 80 hertz, 6 dB at 80 hertz, 8 dB at 80 hertz, audio 1, 2, radio. What do you think?
Now go up in frequency. Keep the gain to where it is. Now just crawl up in frequency and see what happens.
Okay, so we're at 80 hertz. Boy, my output just went down a lot. Okay, anyway. All right, now we're at 90 hertz, audio 1, 2, radio, 90 hertz, audio 1, 2, radio, and now we're going up to 100 hertz, radio 1, 2, we're at 100 hertz, 100 hertz, audio 1, 2, radio 1, radio, audio, and now we're going up to 110 hertz, radio 1, 2, radio, audio, that's 110 hertz right there.
100 is better. 110 gets muffled, so go back to 100 hertz and then bump the gain up a little bit more.
So we're at 100 hertz, and I left that there, and now we're, well, let's see, right there. Yeah, I'm starting to clip the output just a little bit. But yeah, that came back up, you know, as far as what the wattage is, but perceived loudness. Now that's a different story. So what do you think? What's that doing right there as far as the loudness factor?
I think it's good. You didn't lose anything on the loudness. You could use a little bit more reverb. Let me play that back for you here. Check it out. Hang on, so where did it start?
And I left that there, and now we're, well, let's see, right there. Yeah, I'm starting to clip the output just a little bit. But yeah, that came back up, you know, as far as what the wattage is, but perceived loudness. Now that's a different story. So what do you think? What's that doing right there as far as the loudness factor?
Now I saw a message come up here, but it wasn't long enough for me to read it. Let me go back and take a look at the message and see what this said here. It said, he sounds higher on your YouTube gate than he does on my receiver. Higher pitched, you mean? More treble on the YouTube gate than on your receiver? Okay. Yeah, I am on the SDR receiver on the recording there, John. And I'm at 5 kilohertz on my receive. So it might be a little higher than what you can hear on your receiver. I'm not sure how much high frequency response you added to your receive. But anyway, yeah, he's coming in here on 10 kilocycles total bandwidth, 5 kilohertz on either side of the carrier. And that's what I've got here. Bobby, did you hear that playback? That was actually pretty good. I liked it. I like what I'm hearing over there now. Yeah,
it sounds like it's getting better. Definitely sounds like it's starting to get a little bit closer. I could be actually over-modulating right now, too. I don't have my REA up and running, but power output's kind of going through the roof. Let me turn this down. Yeah, I'm flipping. Hold on a second. Audio 1 2 radio 1 2 radio. Audio check radio 1 2 radio test. Audio 1 radio test. Audio. Okay. Yeah, I put another brick wall limiter in there on the final output there. Let's see. Oh, it's still flipping. Yeah, it's still flipping a little bit. I'll have to. Okay, let's see what that's doing. And yeah, I put another brick wall filter brick wall filter on my top end so that it's not spreading out too far. On your SDR receive, does it look like I'm staying within the lines as far as the high frequency goes?
Yep, absolutely. You're perfect. I wouldn't change a thing there. It sounds good. Now, 460 was saying you sound higher. Everything sounds higher on his audio, pitch-wise, on my YouTube than in his receiver. And he doesn't hear you that strong when he does hear you. So I don't know if he's got a good enough signal on you to really hear all the details, but what you're doing in my receiver here and what I hear sounds really, really good. I like it. It's more balanced, a little bit broader sounding. Adding the bottom end brought the pronunciation of the highs more in perspective. I think you could use just a tad bit more reverb. Not much, but I think you could use a tad bit more reverb.
All right, let me get in there and change some of this reverb up. Okay, so added just a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, I added another dB and a half of reverb in there. That make any difference right there? Test. 1 2 check test audio.
It's just on the verge of being noticeable and primarily noticeable in the high frequencies.
Reporter John Boy, talk of the day.
And 460 says that you sound better with the new changes, and you're definitely loud enough. So, and that's being heard in Texas.
Okay, well that's good. All right, I went. Now you said the reverb's too much in the high frequency, or more noticeable in the high frequencies. Let me pull some of it down a little bit. Let's see, down to 750. Okay, now yeah, I pulled my high pass down to 750 hertz. Now what's it doing right now? Check test radio.
I think it needs more reverb, but here, I'll let you be the judge.
My high pass down to 750 hertz. Now what's it doing right now? Check.
I'm also not sure you needed to pull any of the highs down. I think it just needs a little bit more. I don't think the highs were a problem. I think it needed more overall.
Now, when you're talking about the highs, you're talking about the reverb or EQ?
Reverb.
Okay. Yep, I can definitely do that. Let's see. Here we go. All right, let's push this up. Audio test, radio, check. Audio test, radio. Okay, so I pushed the top end of the reverb up just a little bit. Audio test, radio, 1 2 check test. Okay, let's. All right, what do you think? What's that doing right there?
Now that sounds good, but I still want more overall reverb. I want to take the overall reverb and increase the wet content. Make it a little bit more reverby.
Up just a little bit. Audio test, radio, 1 2 check test. Okay, let's. All right, what do you think? What's that doing right there?
Just add a little bit more reverb and see what happens.
It went up another 5%. That definitely should be noticeable. Audio check, test, radio, 1 2 audio check, test, radio, audio. And so what do you think? That make any difference right there?
I like that. I like it. Now, just for fun, can you bypass that final brick wall there? Just bypass it and just give me a little bit with the brick wall in, and then give me a little bit with the brick wall out, regardless of the overmodulation that might occur.
Okay, this is, now you're talking about the limiter or the brick wall filter on the top end?
limiter.
This is with it turned on. It's the maximizer, so that's what I'm using to get my perceived loudness. So if I turn that off, my audio just drops in the mud.
Okay, understood. Yeah, perfect. Nope, leave it on. I like it. That sounds good, man. That sounds really, the audio is full, balanced, rich, clean, clear, good articulate highs, no overall, no aggressive sibilance issues, good bottom end. It's a winner.
Okay, let's try this one more thing here real quick. I'm going to try this. This is what you're hearing right now. Now I'm going to switch it. Okay, I made the change right there. Now, did that change make any difference right there? Better, worse? Sound the same? What do you think?
You lost some mid-bass presence, and I got a phone call. You got nasally.
Okay, good. All right, we'll just leave that one alone where it's at.
Okay, will do.
They just dropped $1 million in a briefcase off at my doorstep. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. No, I'm just kidding. Had somebody that didn't belong up there driving through the property.
Yeah, that's always fun. I'm going to hook up my REA to see where my modulation's at. Looks like it's definitely under. So let me take a look at it.
And for tonal balancer sounds good. Your audio sounds great. And yeah, to make sure you're up there at the full 100% negative peaks would be good. So I'll stand by and see what happens out here in the world of sound, and say hello to 460 around Odessa, log truck up there on the northwest corner, Motormouth Mall, cruising this thing on the low side of the low side. I got down.
Okay, so we're looking at this, and man, I'm way undermodulated. Okay, so let me turn it up on my audio 1-2 radio, audio 1-2. It's a little bit too much. Audio test, radio 1-2, audio 1, radio 1, radio. Okay, yeah, I went up on the on my interface, and yeah, it's tough because that limiter is no longer containing my peaks with that EQ behind it. So my negative peaks are ranging from 80% to almost, well, clipping a little bit. Let me see. I don't know. Let me see if I can. I mean, I hate to add another freaking plug-in, but let's put another maximizer behind it just to catch those crazy runaway peaks and see what that does.
10, 4, and 44. Okay, good deal. I'm glad you like that thing. I don't use that pickup anymore. That was old. The reason I don't use that pickup, are you talking about the headphone monitor or RF pickup to look at the waveform on the scope? If you're looking at the RF monitor to monitor your audio, through the headphones, I don't use that anymore because there's no bandwidth filtering in it. And, you can get too good sounding too easy, and then it doesn't sound good on other receivers. But if you're talking about an RF pickup for the scope, all right, good deal. And by now, there, Bobby Boucher, you should have a maximizer at the end of the chain, and you can kind of sort of put a little bit of a kibosh in some of them runaway peaks and turn your overall gain up a little bit more. Motormouth Mall right there, right now, I got down.
Hello. Yeah, 10-4. Okay, so yeah.
Oh, Grandpa Jones.
There's a little maximizer in there, and it's definitely clipping like crazy. Let me see. Let's pull that back a little bit. Audio 1, audio test, radio. Where are we at? Audio 1, 2, radio check, audio test, radio 1. Audio check, radio test, audio 1, 2, radio test, radio 1, 2, radio check, audio test, radio test, audio 1, radio. Okay, yeah, it's getting better. I mean, I'll have to mess with it and see if I can get it a little bit better dialed in, but yeah, overall peaks are, as far as positive peak modulation, it's still kind of bouncing around, right around 140%. Negative peaks are clipping a little bit every now and again, so I'll have to, let me see if I can run it up.
I wouldn't worry about the negative peaks clipping every now and again, just as long as they're not clipping every fourth or fifth syllable. If they're picking up just once in a while, I wouldn't worry about it too much. And yeah, man, that thing sounds better. It got louder. It's clean, clear. I heard Grandpa Jones in there, I believe. Was that you, Grandpa? Who said hello, Motor Mouth?
Hello, Motor Mouth. 460 West Texas.
Oh, there's 460. Hey, 460. I thought you were Grandpa Jones.
I know I got a deep voice, though.
Roger. Well, you sure sound good. And Bobby's putting another maximizer in the chain. So that should, I think his signal's getting louder. He was a little bit undermodulated. And now he's putting another maximizer in there to catch some of those peaks. So you should sound better and better there, Break.
Yeah, I haven't been able to receive him in a little while. So I imagine he's done a lot more changes since the last time that I heard him. I changed a couple of things on mine from what I heard in the playbacks that you gave me. So I think it sounds a little better monitored, but
Okay, I don't know if somebody's keying up on me or not, but yeah, I got it a little bit closer. What do you think, John?
and I want to listen in and see what happens, but I just wanted to get back in there one more time.
10-4. All right. Well, I like the changes. And Bobby, you're back, and here's a playback of the whole thing.
I haven't been able to receive him in a little while, so I imagine he's done a lot more changes since the last time that I heard him. I changed a couple of things on mine from what I heard in the playbacks that you gave me, so I think it sounds a little better monitored.
Okay, I don't know if somebody's keying up on me or not, but yeah, I got it a little bit closer. What do you think, John?
And I want to listen in and see what happens, but I just wanted to get back in there one more time.
There you go. That's what I heard in my receiver right there. Sounds good there, Bobby.
Yeah, 10-4. Okay. Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit closer to where we want to be. It gives me a good starting place, though. Hold on a second. We're starting to, run a little bit hot. Let's turn this back down a little bit to audio 1, 2, radio. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna still have to get in there and kind of mess around with it a little bit and get it to where it's not clipping. Well, it's pinching right now. It's pinching pretty good actually on the negative peak. So let me turn this down just a little bit. Audio 1, 2, radio 1, audio.
And I hear Log Trucker talking about some big black clouds out there. Man, send some of that rain down here. We need some of that. Out of curiosity, what are your positive peaks at there, Break?
Okay, so negative peaks are still, they're still in there a little bit hot, and positive peaks are still right around 140%. I'm just trying to get the negative peaks down just a little bit more, so that I'm not clipping. But yeah, I'll have to get in there and spend some time with it. It's tricky to keep that from overshooting there. Let's see, audio. Audio, radio. Okay, yeah, we're getting closer. It's still peaking just a little bit too much though, but it's definitely closer. But okay, so the overall tone, is that sounding pretty good? Starting to get pretty close there.
I'm going to say the overall tone is perfect. Absolutely beautiful. I don't think you can improve on too much more. It sounds real clean, real clear, crisp. You're between the lines. You're right on channel. You got nothing leaking over below or above into the other channels. So I think you're, well, you know, you're 27050 to 27060, and a real sharp drop off on either side there. I mean, really sharp. It's like a brick wall. It's nice.
Yeah, that brick wall filter does a pretty good job. It's another ozone. Well, it's the equalizer within ozone 9, and yeah, it does a good job at keeping things from going too crazy on the outside there. But yeah, that's good. You know, I mean, I can now at least I got something to work with to kind of check it out and make some adjustments. You know, some fine tuning. But the overall mid-range and presence, that still sounds pretty good in there.
Not still sounds good. Better. It sounds better. It's perfect. I like it.
And Roger, and you said that the reverb sounds like it's about right, not too much, just enough to notice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's the right balance of everything. Hearing something in my headphones. Like a see something here. Oh, it's not the audio chain. It's in my receiver. I hear a little bit of a weird sound in my receiver.
Yeah, Templar. No, I'm not hearing it out here, so yeah, it's not in your transmit audio. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind doing a quick playback of this audio, this final adjustment, so I can get an idea of what this sounds like. Audio 1, 2, check, test, audio.
Okay, let's see here. Let me play that back. There you go. Receiver.
Yeah, Templar. No, I'm not hearing it out here, so yeah, it's not in your transmit audio. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind doing a quick playback of this audio, this final adjustment, so I can get an idea of what this sounds like. Audio 1, 2, check, test, audio.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, on that playback, it sounded a little bit thin. I don't know if it's because of conditions. There was a lot of static in there with it, but yeah, you said it sounds pretty full up there, right?
Yep, it does.
Roger. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get on the side. I got to get into this cooler over here and get checked in and see what we got. But I'll be back out. You're gonna be well, you'll probably be down on the ball, won't you?
Probably. Most likely they break.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah. Unfortunately, duty calls. I gotta work. So let me get checked in there. I'll be back out here probably in about 10 minutes or so.
Okay, sounds good. Don't work too hard.
Roger.
I'll go see what's down there on the bowl. 460, you still out there, by the way? No contact.
Tell Dog and the rest of them you're talking to I said hello. I've got some chores in there and I'm trying to get caught up. And I will eventually. I'm old, so I'm slow. I'm God.
Hello, Baker Man. I'll say hello to you one time real fast. Baker Man, Motor Mouth Mall, step and break.
Baker Man, Bye. Bye. Baker Man, Bear Paw Wave.
Well, your bear paw up in there too.
Weapon 1. Oh, Baker Man. 2. Bear Paw Wave. Northern Idaho waving. Come on, let's go, bye. Well, it's talking to Bear Paw.
Hey, Baker Man, I'll say hello to you one time. Baker Man, if you got a sloppy copy while I got this thing looking the wrong direction, motor mouth mall waving and stepping the brake.
Get dynamite. Northern Idaho. 113. And we said it.
Well, I guess that's it from Mother Nature. Motor mouth mall stepping right there right now, breaker.
You got it. I want to clear and go. Kid Dynamite, have a great day. He's still talking, and when Bullet Keys, everybody's gone. He's like E.F. Hutton. I'm gone.
Guess I'll go turn the antenna for a little bit here.
Shy and quiet. Man, if that's shy and quiet is exactly the way I want to be, then I'm good.
It's working, Scotsman.
That's about right. Yeah. We're getting old, huh? Well, I'm 85, and I look it. And you're whatever you are, and you don't look it. You still look like a young man.
Hey, Scotsman, it's working.
Hold on, Baker Man, I'm gone.
You got conditions.
Bye. Woody, you're in there, and Copperhead's in there, and 707 was in there, and I heard Mortimer Mall, but Bullet Mall, you know that about it. And he's talking to folks, and he hasn't been on in a while, and I have. And I've got a project I'm working on in the living room on my main computer, and I gotta get to it, or I won't get through it. Take care, and God bless you, and I'm gone. Mobile, man. Hey, you know how it is, Bullet. Bullet, you know how it is. Me and this nasty 4P Mobile and I bank left. Bullet, look at Slam Dunk. Big body, Suburban. Right bank. Right, you know that about it, Slam Dunk. Got condition. That's right. That's what's got condition on you. All right, listen. Go ride the bike, man, but my partner called me and told me you said.
Baker Man, I was just looking east, but I think I rectified the situation. The West Coast Beast waving break. Tell Bullet Bob I said hello. I hope he got his Got his hole fixed up over there on the coax with some duct tape on it. The Motor Mouth Mall stepping right there right now. Breaker, breaker.
Base stations out there.
5 Double Deuce, I haven't heard you out here in a long time. Hey, 5 Double Deuce, I heard you roll up in here. I did. Motor Mouth Mall waving, break, break.
Hello. I hear one thing,
Mall. Hello in there, Motor Mouth Mall. I got you in there again. 460 West Texas.
Oh, there's 460 around West Texas. I got you up in here too. Hey, 460 Motor Mouth Mall with the wave right there right now. Breaker, breaker.
Hey, copy that there, Motor Mouth Mall. I made a little bit of a change. Too much.
No, I like it. It sounds good to break, break.
What it was going to do exactly.
The audio sounds pretty full and bodacious and real good, so I like what you're doing over there on that end. Whatever it is, it definitely is a step in a good direction. 460 Odessa Motor Mouth Mall right there right now, break.
Trying to get in where I
410, I'm trying to get in where you can fit in. That's all I do out here from time to time. You know, I ain't got all that much up in here. My antenna down here, 23 feet off the ground. Can only do so much, you know. So I just wait for Mother Nature to get me up in there from time to time to break.
I just wish I had some light. You know? If I had a little bit of light, I think I could, I think it'd be a little
Never hurts to have a little bit of watts. I wish I had some more watts. I wish I had a few more watts that break. But I'm going to do it with antenna for a little bit here in a few more, I don't know, another week or so. I don't know how long it's going to take. But I'm going to let the antenna do some walking once I get that thing dialed in to break.
Got this sign one time. Motor Mouth Mall. Who you talking to?
just go and get us a little bit. I've been Motor Mouth Mall. I want to step out and listen to 460.
All right, there, 460 sounds good. Well, you're going to stand by and listen. I took my foot off the pedal for a second. I heard somebody say Motor Mouth Mall, who you talking to? The way I got my station wired up here, if I leave my foot pedal down the whole time, I get one thing in my receiver instead of nothing. And when I go the other way, I get something else in my receiver. So anyway, I'm just working these crazy antennas over here around my stack of bricks. Hello to you one more time, 460 Odessa, Texas, Motor Mouth Mall stepping. That ought to answer somebody's question up north. Motor Mouth Mall got down right there, breaker, breaker.
Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, buzzing in his mobile. That was me asking you who you talking to, no doubt about it. Motor Mouth.
Hello,
Oh, Buzzard, that was you. I see 460 out there in Odessa is talking to Wrecking Ball. Hey, Buzzard, that was you over there. Hey, Buzzard, I hear you on the B channel of my receiver. Hey, Buzzard, I got you on the B channel for the Buzzard channel. Motor Mouth Mall right there right now. Break.
Yeah, right, you doing your thing. I just want to say good morning to you, rascal. I just want to say hello to you, Motor Mouth. Yeah, right, Motor Mouth Mall. Yeah, right. You know that? Motor Mouth Mall, buzzing in this full nasty beer mobile. And I bank left like good day.
410, well, you banking left in the Mobile, you driving left. Hey, you must be on a circle track in a doggone circle track car, no doubt about that. Hello to you, Buzzer, while you banking left and driving left in the Mobile, you sound real good. And hello to you, Sports on the Porch, I heard you up in there too, check this out.
Yeah, right, you doing your thing. I just want to say good morning to you, rascal. I just want to say hello to you, Motor Mouth. Yeah, right, Motor Mouth Mall. nasty beer mobile. And I think that's not a good day.
And there you go, Buzzer, while you're all up in there and Scorch on the porch, you all up in here too. Motormouth Mall waving right there right now, breaker.
Motormouth Mall, Scorch on the porch. Oh, I'm going, man, no doubt about it. Good weekend. Catch you later. Have a good weekend. Scorch on the porch. What do you think? Is we clear?
410 to Scorch on the porch. I had to put my foot on the pedal, and then I heard you all by yourself up in there. You mixing it up with the northwest corner. I'll tell you what, it's rocking and rolling. Hey, Scorch on the porch, Motormouth Mall, controlling Mother Nature with the step of it like that down, break.
4 Roger there, Motormouth Mall. Hey, it is kind of sketchy out there. We've been up on 28 talking to the West Coast, so I thought I'd drop down there on Super Bowl and see how you're doing. Hey, Motormouth Mall, Scorch on the porch, better known as Bush Smoke, Sparks, and Brimstone, West Texas style. Motormouth Mall, that's you, Scorch on the porch, that's me, and we're after you, sir.
410 to Scorch on the porch. Well, I do appreciate you bumping it down, taking a bit of your time, and just drop down here to the bowl and say hello around my stack of bricks. Hey, Scorch, check it out.
4 Roger there, Motormouth Mall. Hey, it is kind of sketchy out there. We've been up on 28 talking to the West Coast, so I thought I'd drop down there on Super Bowl and see how you're doing. Hey, Motormouth Mall, Scorch on the porch, better known as Bush Smoke, Sparks, and Brimstone, West Texas style. Motormouth Mall, that's you, Scorch on the porch, that's me, and we're after you, sir.
There you go, Scorch on the porch with all that audio up around here, Motormouth Mall. Can you hear me, breaker?
4 Roger, see Motormouth Mall. Tell him to get his ass under the porch.
Go ahead, Brick.
I said get his ass under the porch. Motormouth Mall, me and this nasty mobile. And I think...
Hey, Buzzard, you tell Scorch to get his ass off the porch. Hey, Scorch on the porch, you gotta watch out. Buzzard out there, he banking left there, break.
Good morning, Bullet. Hey, Bullet, I got... Get everybody when I... Buzzard, bank left.
Hey, Buzzard, while you banking, do me a big old favor and tell Bullet Bob I said hello. Hey, Buzzard, do me a big old favor and tell Bullet Bob I did say hello, and I hope he found himself some of that duct tape to fix the hole in his coax. Motormouth Mall got down right there, break.
Bullet, that can't be a Motormouth Mall kid ever told me. You better fix the hole in your coax. Hey, Bullet, that can't be a Motormouth Mall kid ever told me. You better fix the hole in your coax. Bullet,
And I said to use duct tape. I said to use duct tape to fix the hole in the coax. Hey, Buzzard, duct tape, I got down.
He said use duct tape. That can't make a kid up.
All that buzzing in my ears.
He said use duct tape. Bullet, Buzzard, bank.
There you go. I appreciate you rolling that 5 and keeping it all the way alive. Tell him I did say I hope everything all goes well with that repair job. And we're definitely glad to hear you dropping a hammer in the world of sound from the Mobile. Buzzard, Motormouth Mall waving and buzzing. I got down. Break.
Break. How about it, Motormouth Mall, 454 Seattle? We're trying.
Hello, 454 C-Town. What's going on there? Break.
Motormouth Mall, we're jumping up and down. We're trying to get out, touch somebody. Motormouth Mall, 454 Coolio, Seattle, Washington.
410 to Coolio. It's been a long time since I heard you rocking and rolling up here in the band. Hey, Coolio, while you say you're trying to reach out and touch somebody, Coolio, I got you all up in here in the world of sound, no doubt about that. Hey, 454 Coolio, check it out. Here it goes.
Motormouth Mall, we're jumping up and down. We're trying to get out, touch somebody. Motormouth Mall, 454 Coolio, Seattle, Washington.
There you go. 454 Coolio around C-Town, Motormouth Mall. Got down. Break.
Break.
Motormouth, I sent him over here. He was over on 8.
Hey, Grandpa Jones. Hello to you. Good morning.
Morning, Motormouth. Yeah, 454 Coolio was over on 8. They was talking about tuning highs and lows. So I told him after I talked to him a little bit on 8. I said, well, if you want to talk to Motormouth about highs and lows, he's over on channel 6. So there he is.
Well, he doesn't have to worry about highs or lows. Hey, Grandpa Jones, he does not have to worry about highs or lows. He doesn't have any lows and he doesn't have any highs. It's all mid-range. So, nothing to worry about there, break.
All right, Roger. Well, I Anyway, all right, well, when Brown gets back, maybe I could say hello to him before he leaves town again.
10-4, he said he'd be gone for about 10 minutes, so he'll come back. Hey, Grandpa Jones, Motormouth Mall got down.
Roger, all right, I'll take a sit back. I took that to get a little shift from that night. I'll see if I try to get out. All right, Motormouth, I'll catch you later.
10-4, okay, catch you later on.
Silver Streak in the northwest corner.
Hey, Silver Streak? Grandpa Jones, did you hear Silver Streak?
I heard him, but I heard Buzzard going somewhere in his mobile. Buzzard's mobile, I heard him in there. Yeah, I heard him in there for a second.
Roger, okay, yeah, Buzzard's going north in this mobile. Buzzard out there in the mobile is going north, and you heard Silver Streak, so I'll let you say hello to Silver Streak, Motormouth Mall, stepping. Buzzard, don't forget to say Bullet Bob, a big old hello from Motormouth Mall, and Buzzard, Motormouth Mall says have a good day while you banking to the left and driving to the left. And hello, Silver Streak, Motormouth Mall, stepping, got down.
Mr. Motormouth Mall, good morning to you. And hello, Mr. Grandpa Jones, Silver Streak with a small-time radio station.
Roger, guys, hey, what's your out there near the Motormouth? You can hear you.
You heard me in this mobile. Lady Mermaid, Buzzard, bank left.
Hey, Buzzard, tell Lady Mermaid I said hello. Hey, Buzzard, don't forget to tell Lady Mermaid I said hello. Or on Compton, Motormouth Mall got down some.
Bye.
Hey, Buzzard, while you're working that nasty 4-pill mobile, do me a big old favor and tell Lady Mermaid I did say hello, Mellow Jello. I got down, breaker.
Hello, Lady Mermaid, if I can make it down your way. Clean 5. Lady Mermaid, yo, in this 4 nasty bill mobile, and everything left.
And I appreciate you keeping that 5 all the way alive. I'm back out. Thank you. Hey, I hear the big old Suburban around the northwest corner saying hello to Bullet Bob. I'll say hello to you too real fast. Motormouth Mall stepping. I got down. Break.
Squeaking says the friendly 5 too, no doubt about it. Lady Mermaid, me and this nasty 4-pill mobile, and I'm right back. Tell him to key down now. Tell him to key down now. Bullet Bob.
Who is the Suburban up there in the northwest corner? I hear somebody talking to Bullet Bob in a Suburban. Who is that? They're breaking.
I got the kid. Hey, Motormouth Mall, ain't nobody but
Hey, Slam Dunk, that's you up there in the Suburban. Hello to you, Slam Dunk. Hey, Slam Dunk, while you out there in the Suburban, Motormouth Mall waving right back at you. Hope you're having a good day out there. Slam Dunk. Big old happy Father's Day coming up around the bend from Motormouth Mall out here on the central coast of California. I got down, breaker. Bye, Slam Dunk. Have a good day. Motormouth Mall waving. I'll see you. Bye. can hear Gabby Girl out there on North Idaho too. Motormouth Mall stepping, they got down. Or tender Gabby Girl waving a 4 and a 1 right back at you. Motormouth Mall stepping right there, right now. Break.
While you're rolling through town, sounding northwest corner. 343 with the first wave.
Hello, 343. I hear you up in there too. Big old wave right back at you. 343 Motormouth Mall cruising this omnidirectional. Got down.
My friend, I just want to jump in and say hello real quick.
Appreciate the hello and big old hello right back. 343 Motormouth Mall got down. It's just real noisy out here, and I got work to do, so I'm going to step on out of here. Say 73 to all radio station Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast. Got down right there, break.
Take care, Mr. Motor.
410 by their Silver Streak. Have a good day. Buy a buzzer while you're out there in the Mobile. 73s. Tell everybody on the band I did say hello down south. Radio station Motormouth Mall. Gonna get some work done. I'll be back out later on.
And hello 702 if you're still off in there. Silver Street putting these good numbers on.